As the scorching summer sun of 2025 beats down on the waves of the East China Sea, 15 helicopters are arrayed on the deck of the Chinese Navy's Type 075 Anhui warship. Among them, several Russian-made Ka-28 coaxial twin-rotor helicopters stand out prominently amidst the brand-new Z-20 fleet. This visually striking scene immediately sparked widespread online debate. Why does a 40,000-ton warship still rely on a 25-year-old antique? Behind this seemingly contradictory equipment configuration lies the Chinese Navy's strategic vision for transitioning from nearshore defense to distant sea offensive and defensive capabilities, as well as a delicate balancing act involving equipment upgrades, strategic priorities, and combat effectiveness. As a landmark achievement of China's aviation industry, the Z-20 has faced a shortage of production capacity since mass production began in 2019. The Army urgently needs to fill the transportation gap to form an airborne assault brigade. The Air Force's special operations rely on its high mobility, while the Navy faces the most severe challenge, with 3 aircraft carriers, 8 Type 075 amphibious assault ships, 16 Type 071 dock landing ships, and a fleet of Type 055 destroyers entering service at a rapid pace. The total demand for carrier-based helicopters exceeds 220 units. Despite the dual production lines in Harbin and Chang operating around the clock, the production capacity of the WZ-10 engine remains the core bottleneck. Data shows that the annual production of the Z-20 is only 120-150 units, with a monthly production pace of over 10 units, which is far from meeting the Navy's demand of dozens of new ships waiting for helicopters each year, resulting in a shortage of over 40%. A bitter joke even circulates within the military-industrial system: wait for the Z-20 to be fully equipped. The flowers will have wilted by then. During the Z-20's production ramp-up period, the value of the Ka-28 has been re-evaluated. Its coaxial counter-rotating rotor design eliminates the tail rotor structure, providing significantly greater takeoff and landing stability than traditional configurations, particularly suited to the South China Sea battlefield environment prone to typhoons. After 25 years of use, the Chinese Navy has established a fully domestically produced maintenance system, with sufficient spare parts inventory to borrow from one part to repair another. An experienced mechanic can resolve most issues using only basic tools. Although the airframe design is outdated, China has conducted in-depth modifications to its radar and sonar systems, integrating domestically produced superconducting magnetic detectors and low-frequency active deployable sonars. Its anti-submarine accuracy rivals that of newer models. In recent exercises, it remains the top hunter for submarine interdiction. More importantly, the first 075 class ship has been in service for less than 5 years, and equipment reliability is critical during high-intensity training. If fully equipped with the Z-20 ship-based variant, which has not been fully validated, potential failures during the break-in period could render the entire ship combat ineffective. The Ka-28 serves as a safety net, ensuring combat effectiveness with its proven reliability. The deeper strategic logic is reflected in resource allocation priorities. New ship construction is extremely costly, and in the 2025 naval budget, research and development of electromagnetic catapult systems, hypersonic missiles, and drone swarm technology take precedence. A single Z-20 costs approximately 100 million to 300 million yuan, while refurbishing the Ka-28 costs less than 1/10 of that. Against the backdrop of highly sensitive situations in the Taiwan Strait and South China Sea, rapidly achieving combat readiness holds far greater strategic value than new models. The Z-20 requires special modifications to overcome challenges such as salt fog corrosion-resistant coatings, deck resonance suppression, and electromagnetic compatibility, while the Ka-28 passed rigorous testing as early as the 1990s. These veteran helicopters are currently serving as flight instructors, helping the Type 075 accumulate experience in deck operations and ship-aircraft coordination, thereby paving the way for the Z-20's deployment. Additionally, the 4 modern-class destroyers currently in service with the Eastern Theater Command are still equipped with Ka-28 helicopters. In future cross-fleet joint operations, helicopters of the same model can ensure seamless integration of anti-submarine networks, preventing command chain breakdowns caused by equipment gaps. While public attention has been focused on the competition between the Ka-28 and Z-20, a more critical shortfall has come to light: the lack of heavy armed helicopters. The domestically produced WZ-10 has a maximum takeoff weight of only 7 tons, making it unsuitable for the firepower suppression tasks required for amphibious assaults. In 2021, China and Russia signed an intent agreement to procure 36 Ka-52K Alligator naval variants. This 12.2-ton heavy attack helicopter boasts unique advantages. Its 2-4 230mm cannon can penetrate 15mm steel plates at distances up to 1,500 meters, with firepower 3 times that of the WZ-10. It can also carry Kh-35 anti-ship missiles, directly threatening 5,000-ton class vessels. Notably, the Ka-52K is specifically optimized for ship-based environments, with foldable rotors and enhanced corrosion resistance, making it the optimal solution to address the Type 075's lack of heavy strike capability. Despite the disruption of international arms trade following the Russia-Ukraine conflict, China has initiated a domestic heavy attack helicopter project through technology transfer. The domestically produced version of the D-136 two-engine provided by Ukraine, the AL-136T, lays the foundation for the power systems of future heavy helicopters. Change has quietly begun amid controversy. In July 2025, footage from the Anhui ship drill showed that the Z-20 ship-based version had already taken on the task of transporting Marines. Military production capacity is also accelerating. Helicopter production has increased by 15% annually, and the turboshaft 10-engine production line is expanding rapidly, with the Z-20 expected to gradually take over within 5 years. More symbolically, the new batch of 052D, 055 destroyers has reduced the height of its hangar to accommodate the Z-20's low-profile fuselage. These vessels, which were originally designed with high hangars for the Ka-28, are now becoming living fossils of the evolving carrier-based aviation system. The ultimate form of the 075 has begun to take shape. Deck scheduling simulations show it can accommodate up to 30 helicopters, with 6 capable of simultaneous takeoff and landing. In the future, it will integrate Z-20 transport groups, Ka-52K firepower assault groups, and stealth drone groups to establish a comprehensive 3-dimensional amphibious landing system. Looking at the reality that the U.S. Wasp-class amphibious ships still make some H-60R and older Sh-60B helicopters, and that the Russian Kuznetsov relies on Ka-31 early warning helicopters, the mixed use of old and new equipment is a common practice for major naval powers. The Chinese Navy is using the Ka-28 to bridge the current capability gap, the Z-20 to plan for future maritime dominance, and the potential procurement of heavy attack helicopters to lay the foundation for 3-dimensional amphibious operations. Every rivet mark on the deck tells the story of a young fleet's pragmatic journey from follower to rule setter. While netizens debate the antique on a new ship, pilots in the Eastern Theater are flying Ka-28 helicopters over the bow of the 075, with the spray of waves trailing behind them. The deep blue dream is already spreading across the open seas, with the roar of the rotors